What's up, everybody? I'm Amy and this is Amy's Art Table. Today I'm going to show you how to make a simple pink plume feather, which is one of the big fluffy ones. So grab something to drink and grab your painting supplies and let's get started. So for the pink plume feather, we're going to start out with an S-like shape. Okay. Sort of like a big blob. Okay, that's just going to give us a guide of where we want to place it on our paper. And we're going to start out with some wet on wet watercolor, make this guy really fluffy. In fact, let me go ahead and erase some of these extra lines. Okay. So I'm going to start out by just wetting my paper with just water. I've been doing some painting today, so mine is all muddied up, but it still works. All right, so I'm quickly just filling this guy in with water. The classic big plume feather is pink, so I'm going to go with that today, but you could do yours blue or green, any color scheme that you'd like. Okay, so I'm going to start with some dark fuchsia color. And I'm just going to start really dropping this color everywhere. That's funny, it is actually making the plume shape with the blend. So I want to use a lot of color on this guy. So I'm just going to really start dropping in a lot of pink. I like that it's darker and lighter in certain spots. All right. Lots of dramatic color here. Okay. Next, I'm going to add a lighter fuchsia color. And again, going to be dramatic with this. I'm just going to sort of drop it all over, kind of starting to get some shape coming. How dramatic this is already. Okay, fun, fun, fun. Okay. And then I'm going to add some purple. Purple I'm going to have closer to the center. This guy's getting really dramatic. I'm getting a ton of color and water on my paper, but it's fun, right? It's fun to experiment with paint. And I like it nice and cloudy because the plume feathers are so soft and just almost fuzzy. All right, so I like that so far. I'm gonna let that dry. All right, guys, now this one has had a chance to dry. It's pretty dry. It's a little wet in this purple area, but now we're going to come back in and add some detail and finish this guy up. So I'm going to go back to a fuchsia color. And I'm just going to start pulling from the center and adding a bit of detail here. And of course later when this is dry, I'm going to go back and erase this original line that I made. So I'm just very carefully breaking up the edges of this plume feather towards the bottom. That's fun. Looks a little better now. Adding a little detail. If you want to add even more detail, you can go back and add bits of purple to break it up. All right, this is looking nice. Doesn't have to be too detailed. Down here on the bottom. All right, that looks nice and soft and pretty. Okay. The final step, well, I shouldn't say that. The last step is to add the white for a stem. You could do this with acrylic. I do that with my paintings quite a lot actually, because I like the way that acrylic covers better than watercolor when adding little tiny details like this. And then the final step, I guess we'll say, would be if you would like to splatter paint this guy. You want to do splatter painting. Sorry, I'm adding this stem. Forgot to tell you what I'm doing. But if you wanted to do splatter painting, that would be easy too. Just want to get a lot of water and a lot of pigment on your brush, okay? So we can try that now if you want. I like to add some bigger drops. You do not have to do that. At this point, I would say that the painting is finished, but if I will go ahead and splatter paint it just for fun. You'll go back and erase some of these lines when it's drier. But if you want to splatter paint, you'll grab a big brush. You'll choose what color. I usually choose like a contrasting color. So in this case, it'd probably be a real dark purple. You could even do a blue, would be nice. And so you're just going to get quite a lot of pigment on your brush, and then you're going to re-dip the brush in water and then just let it sort of fall. You may or may not want it on your feather. I think it looks kind of cool. Okay, and then another way to add this little tiny splatter would be use your finger. It gets a little messier, but it's fun. My daughters particularly love doing this in their sketchbooks. Okay, that's looking cool. So there you go. There's a fun plume feather splatter. All right. I like it. I think it turned out good. When it dries, it'll look a little different. Anyhow, so if you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe and give me a big thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And I'll be back with more videos soon. Bye.